Welcome to another report for Democracy in Action. I'm Lucas Favali.
And I'm Rachel Luthhauser. NCC News and Democracy Wise have teamed up to create Democracy in Action to cover today's elections.
NCC News reporter Mary Ballinger was just at the Irvin First United Methodist Church polling location to talk to some voters.
I think there are candidates running for office.
There may not be a wide variety of candidates for certain offices this year, but at Irvin First United Methodist Church in Syracuse, some central New York voters are still taking advantage of Election Day. Voter Larry Hoyt says the Green Party has caught his attention this year.
I think the Green Party, if you look around this neighborhood, you'll see that there's a lot of support for the Green Party, and I think that's an interesting development.
Another Syracuse voter, Susan Thomas, says the lack of candidates does not affect her decision to vote.
I often vote for write-ins, so it doesn't really make all that much difference to me who's running.
Whether they are voting for a candidate on the ballot or writing in their own, Central New Yorkers are still coming out to exercise their right to vote today. At Irvin First United Methodist Church in Syracuse, this is Mary Ballinger reporting for Democracy in Action.
And if you haven't gone to vote yet, there is still time. Polls remain open until 9 p.m. this evening.
Low turnout is expected all day at the polls on this election day. With no federal elections taking place, polling officials believe these local elections will be quiet all day. Many of the local races are also uncontested races without much competition. Democratic Onondaga Elections Commissioner Dustin Sarney says he expects the turnout to be less than 25%.
If any voters have an issue today at the polls, a hotline is available for them to call. Attorney General Eric Schneiderman is providing the Election Day hotline so that every voter has a fair opportunity to vote today. The hotline began last year by the Civil Rights Bureau. Voters 100-771-7755 or email civil.rights@ag.ny.gov with any problems. The hotline is open now until 9 p.m.
Many voters have already hit the polls today to make their voice heard. NCC News reporter Elizabeth Beeson went to the Danforth Elementary School polling location earlier today.
I'm at Danforth Elementary on West Brighton Avenue in Syracuse's 4th District. It's about 10 a.m. here, and although there's not much voter activity, poll workers inside tell me that it should pick up later in the day because this is one polling location to vote for the Common Council District 4 race between Democratic incumbent Khalid Bey and challenger Green Party candidate Howie Hawkins. Now this will be a rematch between the two because in 2011, Bey beat Hawkins by only 97 votes. So many voters are telling me that this could be another close race, but others disagree. District 4 has 13,676 registered voters. Of those, 64% are registered Democrats, whereas less than 1% are registered for the Green Party. So many voters are telling me that Howie Hawkins doesn't have a chance.
I don't see him out there. Khalid, he's there. He's walking the beat. He's doing what he said he's going to do. So that's why I don't think Mr. Hawkins have a chance.
Bey is always out on foot in the community, door to door, meeting people, speaking with grassroots people.
Registration in a party doesn't equate to votes. What counts are the votes. So a lot of people who support, probably in fact the large majority of people who support Green Party candidates are actually registered as Democrats.
I think both of them have a genuine concern for the community, and so I think either candidate would be good for the community.
You still have plenty of time to cast your vote. The polls are open until 9 p.m. this evening. Live in the newsroom, I'm Elizabeth Beeson for Democracy in Action.
Thanks, Elizabeth. We'll have more from other polling stations in the area later on today.
Local poll workers dedicate much of their day to try and help voters as much as possible. Poll workers at Nottingham High School say voters should care about local elections as much as the workers do. They hope that through their work, voters will be inspired to exercise the right to vote today.
And that's all for this segment of Democracy in Action. I'm Rachel Luthhauser. We'll be back later with more news from today's election.
Stay updated by following us on Twitter through the hashtag DIACNY. I'm Lucas Favali. Thanks for watching.